Hey there, have you ever felt like you're walking on eggshells trying to decipher her true intentions? What if I told you that you can unmask her real feelings with just a few psychological clues? Stick around because today, we're diving deep into the mind of a woman to uncover 6 psychological signs that reveal she's not serious about you. First, let's talk about the lack of dopamine rush. Dopamine is that feel-good chemical in our brain that drives us to seek out pleasurable experiences and people. When someone is truly interested in you, their brain releases dopamine, making them crave your presence. If she's constantly busy, making excuses, and never finding time for you, it's a major red flag. Imagine you text her on Monday asking to hang out over the weekend, and she replies, "I'd love to, but I'm so swamped with work and plans with friends." Yet, her Instagram stories are filled with brunches, movie nights, and impromptu trips to the beach. She's prioritizing other activities and people over spending time with you. This clearly indicates a lack of motivation and pleasure from your company. Remember, if she wanted to see you, she would make the time. Don't let her excuses blind you to her lack of interest. Respect your own time and, like my friend Jake, move on to find someone who makes you a priority. Next up is ambivalence. Ambivalence means having mixed feelings or contradictory ideas about someone. In relationships, this translates to being hot and cold, or frequently canceling plans. Everybody has emergencies, but if she's constantly canceling plans with you, she's not prioritizing you. Let's say you've had to reschedule your last 3 dates, because something always comes up last minute. You're starting to feel like a backup plan rather than the main event. If she's into you, she will stick to plans and won't leave you hanging. Communicate your feelings and let her know how her frequent cancellations are making you feel. If she continues to cancel, it's a sign to prioritize yourself and find someone who respects your time enough to spend it with you. No sweat off your brow, you're good to go. The third sign is commitment phobia. When she's not serious, she'll avoid making any plans that are more than a week away. This means no talk about upcoming holidays, future trips, or even what you're doing next month. Avoidance of future plans indicates she's not considering a long-term relationship with you. For example, you may suggest going to a concert that's happening in a month, and she'll respond with, "Oh, let's see when the time comes." This vague answer is her way of keeping her options open, possibly waiting for a better offer. When you notice this pattern of avoidance whenever future plans are mentioned, it should become clear that she isn't looking for anything serious. Address it directly and ask her why she seems hesitant to make future plans. If her response is still non-committal, it might be best to step back and reassess if this relationship is worth your time and emotional investment. If it's not, you already know what to do. The fourth sign is when she keeps conversations surface level. If all you talk about is very surface level, light stuff like how her day went, she's not investing emotionally. Deep conversations are a sign that she's interested. When she's serious, she'll want to know about your dreams, fears, challenges, and everything in between. Let's say you try to bring up a meaningful topic like your future career plans or past relationships, and she swiftly changes the subject to something trivial like, "Hey, did you see the last episode of that show?" It's like trying to swim in a kiddie pool, there's no depth. In such situations, you probably feel like you're talking to a wall. There's no emotional connection or deep understanding. You have 2 options: move on or have an honest talk about the importance of emotional connection. If her behavior stems from past trauma, at least you'll know where to start tackling the problem. If after all this, she's still not willing to engage, it's time to walk away. The fifth sign is she doesn't introduce you to her friends or family. A woman who's serious about you will want you to meet her inner circle. If she's keeping you a secret, she's not thinking long-term. Introducing you to friends and family is a big step and a clear sign that she sees a future with you. For example, let's say you've been seeing each other for a few months, but every time you suggest meeting her friends or joining her family dinner, she dodges with, "Oh, they're really busy," or "It's not a good time." Meanwhile, you're left in the dark, wondering if she talks about you to them at all. Most women know after dating you for 6 months whether she wants to integrate you into her life or circle. If you're beginning to feel like a secret, move on and find someone who's eager to introduce you to the people that matter. Alternatively, bring it up in conversation. Explain that meeting friends and family is important for you. If she continues to avoid it, she's not the one for you. Finally, the sixth sign is she's not curious about your life. When she's genuinely interested, she'll want to know more about you. If she's not asking questions about your goals, family, or even how your day was, what are you doing? A lack of curiosity about your life shows she's not invested in getting to know the real you. When someone is emotionally invested, they're naturally curious and want to learn more about the person they care about. If she's not in the least bit curious, you'll notice that every conversation revolves around her. When you try to share something personal, she seems uninterested or changes the topic back to herself. It feels like a one-way street, and you're left feeling unheard and devalued. What you want to do in this situation is to shift the focus to mutual interests. Simply ask her about her interests and see if she reciprocates by asking about yours. If she doesn't show curiosity about your life, it's a sign to move on and find someone who values you and is actually interested in you. Remember, you deserve to be with someone who wants to know everything about you, from your favorite color to your biggest dreams.